Helen was a great tour guide. She would also mention the food and location of the washroom. She also had great English. This trip will involve a lot of walking and steps. The stay in the bus is also relatively long. It is a good way to reunite with nature. Really good tour. Helen was great, very informative and interesting. The visits were beautiful and the scenery was amazing. It felt a little rushed at the gorge. The walk down was quick and you had to be quick to take photos, but we did have enough time at every stop. There is a lot of driving. I would recommend the tour overall. I cannot wait to write my review after my guided tour today with my lovely tour guide, Thomas. Thomas is a valuable friend and person who refined every detail of our day schedule step by step. His instructions is clear and helpful and he provide great insight of all the famous tourist site which we all strongly recommend and be informed very clearly. He had good presentational skill and he really set the mood really well with great vibe for the whole audience in the bus. I would strongly recommend this tour group again with Thomas. Cheers to him and not forgetting that he even offer us a free mango gift that surprised us all in the end. Great job and customer service 10/10s. No doubt about it. Fantastic tour guide with superb English skills. Always looked out that the group is complete and no one is lost. Very informative throughout the tour and even had a gift for all participants at the end. Absolutely recommended. I came to Fukuoka with a friend and wanted to see Kumamoto, so I signed up for a tour and went. I felt my heart open up in the great outdoors, and as I walked while listening to the sound of water, my mind became at ease. The guide in charge, Juju, spoke Korean well enough to joke around, and was kind and fun. There were no delays in the schedule, and I was so satisfied that I thought that next time I traveled to Japan, I would rather go to Kumamoto than Fukuoka. The trip was fuss-free and the sights were really pretty. Although the ride was long, it was quite comfortable. As the trip description stated, there's quite a bit of walking involved and a lot of stairs, particularly for the first location. It was nice to be able to travel to places that cannot be visited by public transportation. The tour was accompanied by a Chinese guide and a Korean guide, and I applied for the tour with a Korean guide. If I moved according to the Korean guide's explanation, I was able to have an efficient and satisfactory trip. He explained the travel destinations well and pointed out photo spots. It was a pity that the weather was a little cloudy, but I was satisfied because I was able to go to Onihachi and Takachiho Valley, which I wanted to go to. Guide was super kind and friendly and made sure everyone was safe and on time to not miss anything. The surprise at the end of the trip was an amazing bonus that was greatly appreciated by all on the tour. Would highly recommend go day trips. It makes visiting the surrounding areas of the Kyushu area easier and more accessible. Especially since you would likely need to drive to these places to see them. I would recommend getting snacks and drinks before boarding the bus in the morning as there is a limitation to the places to get things to eat on this specific trip. Although not a big deal breaker as there are definitely options and stops, just if you are picky or want something specific, you might not have that opportunity. Upside down face emoji. I have been to Japan more than a dozen times, and this is my first time to join a one-day tour group. Overall, I feel pretty good. This route is the longest one-day tour route from Fukuoka, 400 kilometers round trip, 6 hours by car. Joining the tour group solves the problem of transportation connection very well, saving time and effort. I went to Kumanoza Shrine, Amanoiwato Shrine, Amanoiwato River, and Takachiho Gorge, and the scenery was nice. There were only 21 people on the 45-seater bus, and the space was very comfortable. I was not afraid of crowds when I arrived at the scenic spot. The group members were awesome, no one was late, and the trip was smooth and enjoyable. The tour guide Thomas was professional, enthusiastic, humorous, patient and detailed in his explanations, and the recommended lunch and shopping options were also very affordable. At the end of the trip, each person was given a box of local snacks. The tour began promptly, and our guide was incredibly helpful and accommodating. The tour itself was fantastic, with stunning scenery and perfect weather. It was undoubtedly one of my favorite trips to Kyushu. I was also pleasantly surprised with the complimentary snack at the end of the tour.